Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are good. Just trying to get a better light there. That seems to be okay. No, sorry about that. So I'm here because I want to preview, like I had said, the US Open semi-finals. So I'm here to preview the video for you today. So first of all, sorry about that, guys. So let's get into the preview. Oh yeah, first of all, sorry, I wanted to I wanted to go over the quarterfinals, right? Really quickly, and then I'll preview the semi-final for you. The quarterfinals. So I know the results. Yeah. So the first one, Medvedev beat Van der Chulp 4 sets, 6-love, 6-3, 6-love, 4-6, 7-5. Yeah, I just felt like the first couple of sets, Medvedev serving well, good solid defense, consistency on the ground stroke. Van der Chop probably tired and nervous and going for too much. Then down, when he was down 2 sets, right? Van der Chop, I'm referring to. He just felt like he had nothing to lose, went for it. I mean, I think Medvedev felt like maybe like he had something to lose, and maybe he relaxed a bit, then thought like, what's happening here? There's a bit of pressure, like the guy's suddenly coming at me. I've got it all to lose. And then Van der Chop, nothing to lose, just going for it and just hammering the balls. So there was that. And then Medvedev just playing a bit too passive, I would say, and just made one or two wrong shots. But Van der Chop played good tennis in the third set. Then the fourth set, what we saw is Zverev serving well, rallying well. Again, no great defense, great consistency, no errors, moving him around, and just great serving him, never letting him in with a look in. Then at 6-5, Van der Chulp makes a hole under pressure. The consistency in defense of Medvedev, too much for him, goes for too much. So there it is. 4 sets for Medvedev. The other one, Alcaraz, vAliassime. Alcaraz was just injured. vAliassime was playing well. The final score on that one was 6-3, 3-1. So let's move to the third quarterfinal. Harris versus Zverev. I mean, Zverev wasn't playing well in the first set. He gives Harris this great opportunity to just yeah, sorry. I was just thinking about like the match and the first set and how Zverev was a bit off. So Zverev played a poor game and gave away serve, but then Harris played a really poor game himself, and then gave it back. And then we end up in a tiebreaker. Zverev again a few errors, and now Harris has got a chance to serve it out. Shaky first serve, middle of the net. Slow, shaky second serve. Zverev hammers it, gets the winner. Then the next point, he makes another unforced error, and then Zverev a big serve. It's over. After that, Zverev was playing a really good level of tennis. Great serving, ground strokes, defense, consistency. By consistency, with power, moving Harris around. And it was just a good level, like overall, with the serve, the consistency, the power, the speed, the defense. I just felt, and especially the serve, really clicking. Whereas when Zverev gets the ball back, Harris makes a whole bunch of errors, and his game goes off. While Zverev is at a sort of near his highest level, and then that's it. Straight sets for Zverev, and the last one featured Berrettini and Djokovic. I just felt like the first set, Berrettini was really serving huge, hammering the ball hard with the forehand, taking Djokovic time, not letting him really get involved in a rally. Djokovic making some critical errors like he did in the first set in some other matches. From then on, it was just the this type of player like a Raonic or an Isner or a Berrettini doesn't do well against Djokovic because they depend too much on their serve. They're not good on rallies. So Djokovic gets back a lot of their serve and forces them in rallies on their own service game. They've got no chance in a rally against Djokovic. Firstly, Berrettini's not patient. So a guy with good defense, he needs to keep hitting it one more time harder and harder and all of that. And be patient, hit 4 or 5 good shots to get past Djokovic's defense. One, he's not patient, so he's just going to get sick of it, go for too much, hit an error, mostly over the back line. So Djokovic affects him there. Djokovic gets back a lot of his serves, forcing him to rally. He's not good in long rallies, right? Secondly, Djokovic moves him around in the rallies, and if he doesn't go for too much, he'll be moved around. And then Berrettini's got poor movement, so he's not good in the long rallies. He's not patient when Djokovic is running down his balls. He's just going to go for too much and make an error. And if he plays him more safe, Djokovic will move him around. He can't really stay in the big rally and doesn't have the movement. So he needs to be serving great and then not really be in rallies. Maybe rallies on Djokovic's serve when he's got nothing to lose because Djokovic needs to hold. But when that's happening on his serve, and then Djokovic is getting enough returns to make him in quite a lot of rallies, and then Djokovic is just either out rallying him with his defense, making Berrettini go for too much, or just the long out rallying him and moving him around. And Djokovic's return is good enough that the Berrettini will play a significant amount of rallies. And Djokovic is just too good in those rallies again. So 4 sets at the French Open, Djokovic over Berrettini, quarterfinals there. Wimbledon final, Djokovic over Berrettini in 4 sets. And quarterfinal US Open, same deal. Berrettini relying too much on his serve and not having enough else. Djokovic being a good returner, getting a lot back, and Berrettini not being able to handle himself in the rally, going for too much. When he doesn't go for too much, Djokovic moving him around and out rallying him, exposing his poor movement. So there you have it. 4 sets for Novak Djokovic, 5-7, 6-2, 6-2, and 6-3. So let's get on and let's preview these semi-finals. So the first semi-final, what we have is we have Daniel Medvedev of Russia. He's going to take on Felix Auger-Aliassime of Canada. So in this match, the thing of it is what Aliassime would like to do is serve and then say, well, Medvedev's a better rally, so I'm going to sort of out-serve him, take risk, come into the net and finish, and not really give Medvedev the rhythm to get in rallies and shorten the points and take risks, right? The problem is here that when he's doing that, whatever free points he gets on his serve or whatever rallies he gets to start ahead to then attack and shorten the point, Medvedev's serve is just as good, maybe better. So Medvedev's going to get as many free points off his serve and then as many rallies that he can get complete control over with his serve as Aliassime will get. So then when he's doing that, Aliassime from his first serve, Medvedev can also do it, and then they're both starting the same amount of points ahead because their serve's pretty equal. If anything, Medvedev may do a bit better in that area and start more points ahead and get more free points, but at least equal. So then that sort of ruins Aliassime wanting to sort of shorten the points and not let Medvedev in rallies just because Medvedev is probably going to outserve him or match him. So he'll get as many free points and start just as many points ahead. And outside that, when you're not able to attack and shorten the points, the second server's points, then there'll be long rallies and Medvedev will out-rally him. Medvedev won't let him say, you won't let me rally because you're going to attack and shorten the point. Medvedev's going to say, whatever points you start ahead with your serve, I'll do the same. Whatever free points you get, I'll get. And then the rest of the points will be rallies and I'll out-rally you. I've got better defense, better consistency. I don't miss. I can out-rally you, better patience. I'm going to make less errors. Better movement. I can move you around and expose your movement. When you're trying to shorten the point, I can have great defense and make it one more shot. So you're going to go for too much. So when it's the second serve points and it's outside the serve, Medvedev's just going to out-rally him. When it comes to the serve, they'll probably get just as many free points and just as many points where they get complete control and start the rally ahead because of their serve. But the difference will be outside of that when it's not the serve winning the point. That's what will decide it, and Medvedev will just simply out-rally him there. And vAliassime, as far as attacking, shortening the point, and overpowering Medvedev, he won't have the chance, but just due to the Medvedev serves match him. So, like I said, they're matching each other on free points, matching each other by using the serve to start the point ahead. And then the rest is when they can't do that and when it's a second serve or a good return, and then it's just Medvedev out-rallying him there. I think it's going to be 3 or 4 sets. Since Medvedev went 4 the last time, I'll say it'll be 4 again. But it'll be either 3 tough sets or 4 sets for Medvedev. And then that's about it. Medvedev will go through, shouldn't be too much effort. He'll be in the US Open final. So now the big one, Alexander Zverev versus Novak Djokovic, right? I just really see when you're looking at this match, I just think like Djokovic is going to be so physically exhausted. From what happened against Berrettini, it was about 3.5 hours. He would have to do at least that, maybe 5 hours here. Zverev's only lost a few sets in the last 16 matches, so he's on his absolute fire. So if Berrettini made Djokovic struggle that much, the thing is, if Djokovic can, Zverev's serve is as good as Berrettini's. But then if you get the ball back and force him into rallies, Zverev can rally with him. Zverev has power to overpower Djokovic in the rally, but patient where he can hit the power, move him around 3, 5, 7 shots. He has consistency. He'll hit less errors. He's got better defense. So, yes, he'll have a service advantage, but when Djokovic return gets it back, he's also got power, but consistency and patience to move Djokovic around and get past his defense, right? And then, like I said, when they're both rallying, but Zverev's got more power than Djokovic, like we saw in the Olympics, then 2 guys are rallying. The guy with the more power is controlling the point. And then in addition, he's starting more points ahead because he's got a better serve and getting more free points. So after 3.5 hours with Berrettini, to try to tackle someone on this level is going to be very difficult. But Djokovic has won the Grand Slams. Zverev hasn't. He's won 20 of them, 3 this year. And I just think that the level is going to be so close and so high level and so competitive that to ask Djokovic, a 34-year-old, after the physical year that he's had, and he's had all these 4-set matches and battles, and to ask him to go another 4 or 5 hours, possibly to a 5th set at the level with Zverev, physically, one, he's got an advantage, he's older. So if you're going 5 hours, the 24-year-old should have more energy than the 34-year-old, if it's that close and it comes down to that. That's one aspect of it. The other aspect is, in addition to that, Zverev has won all his matches in straight sets except for one. So if they were the same age, just due to winning his matches easily, he's saved up his energy that in the fifth hour, it's the first time he's had to fight a long match. So he's won all his matches, saved his energy, and now he's really ready for the longer match. Plus, he's only 24 years old. Whereas Djokovic has had to go 3.5 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, all these long battles, and then at 34. So one guy's older, 34, plus he's had a lot of long matches. So if he was the same age, he'll be more tired due to the longer matches, and he's older. Whereas Zverev is younger, and then he should, even without the age, should be fresher because he's had a lot of easy matches. So I think it'll come down to two things. Zverev being younger to be able to physically take the punishment of this high-level long match. So that'll be one thing for Zverev. And in addition to being younger, he's had all these easy matches, which will make him even more fresh. Whereas Djokovic, older and then lots of long matches, run down, and then coming right off the Berrettini match. I think it'll be a fifth set, but I think it'll come down to Zverev being more fresh due to the less matches, and Zverev being younger, whereas Djokovic being older and a lot more run down from all the long matches, the Berrettini match, and then the whole year in general. And then, like we saw in the Olympics, I just think that Zverev's got a better serve than Djokovic, and when Djokovic gets back to serve, it's not over like with Berrettini. He's got power but patience. He can go into long rallies and he's got defense. But there'll be a lot of times because of his serve, he won't even have to. But when he does, he can do it. And then on Djokovic's serve, he'll, if he gets into rallies, he's got the power and he's got the patience and he can move Djokovic around. I think Djokovic's path to victory in this one is if Zverev mentally can't handle the pressure of the big match, Djokovic semifinals, US Open. I mean, in such a case, then Djokovic wins it. But if Zverev keeps doing what he's doing, the best case is Djokovic can match him. And then it's a high level 5 hour match and he's 24, like I said, which means he should have much more energy to play for hours. And he's fresher because he's had easy matches. But Djokovic, 34, all these matches, the Berrettini one, and the whole year he's had to go through. I mean, in the 5th hour of a high level match, like he should break down. But I'm almost 50-50 on this one. I would say I was about 50.5% for Zverev and 49.5% for Djokovic, just because it's a big match and Djokovic has the experience and he's better under pressure and better mentally than Zverev. But for the reasons I've given, the level that Zverev's playing, the fact he's got easier matches, which will give him more energy, and the fact that he's younger, Djokovic could be an older guy who's physically run down from the tournament, the Berrettini match, and just the year in general. So I'm going to say Zverev in 5. And the key is the fact that, he can be consistent and patient and stick in long rallies with Djokovic, but more power on his ground strokes. He has the patience to hit 3, 5, 7 shots to get past Djokovic's defense. He has the defense to be involved in the rally, but he also has a Berrettini serve, so he'll get a lot of free points. But when he doesn't, he can go to all those other things. And then on Djokovic's serves, he'll get into more rallies, and Djokovic will on his serve, because Djokovic's serve isn't as good as his. So Djokovic won't get as many free points, so I'll have to rally with Zverev. And there'll be enough rallies on Djokovic's serve to get enough breaks. But in the end, it comes down to the youth, the fact he's got easier matches, and Djokovic has harder matches and he's older. And at the end of sort of a very close 5th set match in the 5th hour, Zverev's going to just pull through here and face Medvedev in the final. But like I said, I'm only 50-50, but I think whoever comes out of this is going to be very difficult. The battling rallies that Medvedev's going to require after this, and especially Djokovic with Berrettini and Zverev and then that. But anyway, I'll preview the final once I've seen these matches. So be back in a couple of days, guys, for my preview of the US Open. For my preview, the US Open final should be Friday, Saturday. Depends where you are in the world. But it'll be a couple of days from now. Plus, I've got some interviews with the best players in the world. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Be back here for my next video on the US Open final preview. Enjoy the matches, guys. Bye, guys. Thanks for being with me. Be back here for my US Open final preview in a couple of days from now. Bye for now.